Hello. Michelle, thank you for redeeming first and your daily star candy. Welcome in. Wifey, welcome in as well. How are you? I almost said thank you for redeeming your daily boba tea. What a throwback. But how is everyone? How was everyone's time off? And if you didn't have time off, how was your weekend? Mine was very eventful. I went from one family to the other. And it was nice though. Both events went swimmingly and very well. Parents are here, so I don't really have sound on, but I got you. Yep. I gotta ask, like, how long the in-laws are staying. That's so fun though. I know they haven't visited in a long time. But let's see, hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry for not streaming this past Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Due to me being exhausted. I literally did not sleep at all the time before. 31 months? Oh, very early tomorrow. Gotcha, gotcha. Hi, wifey's mom. I think Michelle got it right before you got here, wifey. But 31 months, that's actually insane. I can't even comprehend that. SMH, SMH. Michelle slid in there and got first. I had something to tell you guys, but now I can't really remember. Anyways, we are going into post Stormblood today, which I'm super excited about, but also nervous because I don't know. I'm pretty far into this game and now I just kind of want to like not I kind of just like want to not play this game anymore. But also I want to play this game always, you know? I feel like I'm being intimidated by it. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to fix this and it's not really working. Josh, hello, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? My mom was curious what's going on. Oh, got you. Hi, Ash's mom. Hi, in-laws. Hi, parents. Oh, thank you. It does fuel my ego, so thank you. I joke. But maybe not. Okay, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna have to be. It is what it is. It is what it is. The game audio is not gonna come up for you guys, but it's gonna be blasting in my ear for a minute. Because we have to switch it, because last time we played Valorant. Miggy! You're 31 months too? What the heck? Get out of here. I genuinely... That flabbergasts me. Thank you for the 31 months. Holy heck, bestie. How are you, Miggy? How was traveling in the holidays for you? I don't remember if I checked in or not. If I didn't check in, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I turned it down. Hold on. Yeah, I think I turned it down outside of this. Hold on. Give me a second. I need to get my sound straight. Like I always do. quite always need to get my sound straight. Amazing. Alan, hello, welcome in. Driving, yeah. I'm guessing you took the kitties as well. Beth and I were talking earlier. We were saying that maybe instead of hosting a proper late Friendsgiving this year, we should all just do, yeah. I think that's a grand idea. I loved that place we went last time. I'm always down for K-barbecue. I feel like that's easier too. Yeah, no cooking, no cleanup. And I feel like a dinner to go out somewhere is kind of easier to commit to than being like, oh, let's do a whole Friendsgiving, you know? I left the cats at home. Aww. But how was seeing family? How was the warmer weather in comparison to what it is here? Which this morning I got up for work and it was below freezing and I was so mad. I was so angry this morning. I was like, I gotta get out of bed. Oh, you just got back into Final Fantasy XIV? Let's go, Alan. How far are you? But also people need to come visit and see. I know, it's a normal color. I was thinking, I will say. I was thinking, because now that it's a normal color, I'm like, do you know what would be cool? If you did like your trim and your door, like a light gray, to have like a different contrast instead of just the normal white, because your couch is gray, and then like you could put some pops of color elsewhere. But I think you should just do white. That's immediately what my head did when Beth sent me the new to the new color on the wall. I said, ooh. Chaos? Hello, I am streaming. This is post Stormblood. This is exactly where you left off. We just did the trim. Yeah. Keep it white, keep it white. I think honestly, at this point, if the trim is white, just do the door white. The exterior, maybe something else. But interior, I would do it white. Just to keep the same vibes going around. Are a higher priority than the trim. Yeah. Yep. Understandable. But hey, one done. Let's go. It's my favorite Kira with some chaos. It's my favorite Aaron. Hello, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. I showed my significant other the photos you posted in the Discord of your food, and we were both like, we were so jealous. It looked so good.
Come to see how we're getting on?
Ooh, almost sneezed there. The food for your holiday food that you posted. Yes, you do.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here.
I thought she... Wait, what? I thought she was taking over.
Roderick was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
Okay.
Only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion.
Well.
For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future.
Probably.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
Lisa's so cute.
The
I
reach is
can't.
yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Oh,
Ah, there you are. I've been searching all over for you.
what do you need?
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
God, she's so cute. Isn't she pretty? She's gorgeous. I love her. Finally wrapped up my crafting
get to the
slash
point.
gathering primary
Might you
quest.
be
Let's go.
interested in a spot of adventure?
Not really, no. I kind of just want to go and sleep. So I'm ready to get to the story. Looks like I'm only a few MSQs ahead of you. Let's go. Okay, okay. You gotta stay ahead of me.
After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not?
A Greek lamb shank with orzo. Oh my god, it sounds so good.
After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots?
Okay.
So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Farah, do you really like lamb? Oh no. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I actually, spoiler, I really don't like lamb that much. The taste of it is fine, but it always upsets my stomach, and I would be like Farah. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, my love. Oh, an undercooked one. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. God bless. I'll make a specific prayer out to the god of Kiko tonight and to give you some mercy. Low and slow, baby. Ay, ay, ay. I gotta run all the way back over there. Greek lamb meatball appetizer. Interesting. Means getting dinner on the table is like 3-hour affair some nights. Gosh, I wish, honestly, I wish I had that much time to cook because I honestly really love cooking. I just genuinely, I guess? Generally? Yeah, generally. Don't have time to cook. My SO is like so good at cooking and like I get so excited when they're like, yeah, I'll cook for you. I'm like, yay. Jester heard my voice and wonders, oh, Jester! Jester, hello! Can you see her tail? Oh, well, there we go. They didn't talk to me. The emote box. What the heck? What the heck is... Okay. Can I box, please? Oh! I thought, like, they were just gonna draw, like, a box. Like, be like mime. I didn't think in, like, actual boxing. Dear Lord. When I'm meal prepping for the week, yeah. I try and make time to meal prep, but again, sometimes it's just, there's not enough time in the day. And I have to go to a stinky 9 to 5. I think that's what Kate was doing at the wedding. Oh. Oh. I go here. See, I don't have a slow cooker. I don't have a crock pot. Like, I need a crock pot, honestly. I almost stole my mom's one time. You know, I should have asked for that for Christmas. No, 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 no. No, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. I think this way. It's so hard to tell. Can I go? Can I go this way? Oh my god. Is that guy? What is that guy doing? Is he barfing? A little too much to drink? Oh my god, Chaos, why would you do this to me? Chanuka? Chanuka? Is that how you say that? What is that? Am I Oh, Hanukkah. Yeah. Hanukkah. Yeah, I was about to be like, am I... I'm not gonna say it because you guys are gonna fuss at me if I say it. I'm early post Stormblood. Yeah, no, I just finished Stormblood, and then last stream I decided to take a break and just play some Valorant and not worry about anything. Come on, you're so good though. I just feel bad because I abandoned it. Not on purpose, obviously. That was due to unfortunate events, but I just abandoned that. And I see it on my YouTube and I'm like, oh. Oh. There are what, like 10 accepting spellings? Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I had no idea. Because of Hebrew? No, no, don't be sorry. I just had no idea that it had more than one spelling, honestly. But to be playing is to be, truly. Just to be, period. The boss fight was so fun. It was pretty easy too. But I also have really great friends who always do boss fights with me. Yeah, it's Hebrew/Yiddish word. So it gets into the English language. So getting into the English language. Gotcha. I don't know the actual number. I just know I watch my Jewish friends debate on which one they prefer. Oh, interesting. I wonder what the actual number is. It's probably a good 10 might be a good estimate. To be or not to be? That is the question. I think it's not even a question. I think it's to be, period. You know? I think to know to be, it's just to be, period. You know? Exactly, Beth. Oh, can we also talk about my new emotes again? I freaking love them so much. Her ass ain't even looking at what those boxes were. No, I was not. You were so right. I was not looking at it. I was chit-chatting. That's what I was doing. Welcome in, Barely. Someone once told me I could cosplay 2B, and it's the nicest compliment. Oh my gosh, truly. I think I might cry. Like, if someone was like, truly, you would make... Like, be like any character, honestly. But like, 2B as well. If someone's like, you would make the perfect this character, I'd be like, really? Like, really? You really think so? I say as like I'm kind of a retired cosplayer. As I talk about cosplaying and then never cosplay. I don't know, I just feel like that's something that happens when you get older. Like, I still have the passion for it, but I don't have the time or energy for it anymore. Is that bad to say? You'd be a super cute 2B, and I hope you can be here. I hope I can be here as well. I have already inquired about a cosplay that I can wear. Not at all you're human, truly. It's like, as I got older, so when I was like super into cosplay and all that, I wasn't streaming, and I wasn't working out, and I wasn't doing this and that, and I wasn't an adult, right? So like, I just never got, I just have more things, and my ADHD is just like everywhere. I want to do everything, but I have no time. No time, no energy. Don't feel bad about buying some things or just dressing up and having fun. Yeah, my thing is I want to do that and I buy stuff and then I never do it unless I go to conventions, which is why I do make an effort to go to conventions. It's ready and waiting for me. I'm thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it. Work is done. Let's go, Miggy. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Wife and I literally hung out in Evolution or cosplays in their house. Yeah, I mean, that's super fun. I like... Okay, my thing is, right? When I want to do something like that, when I get dressed up in an outfit, when I get dressed up in cosplay, when I like really try on like, when I actually put on makeup, I want to take photos. I want to go and do something. I want to be like, I don't know. That's just how I feel about that. Hi, Rainer. Hello, welcome in. Let me know if you want to go buy something specific. Oh, it's under the water. Don't beat yourself up about it, but beat yourself up about not coming. I know, right? Truly. Farrah, honestly, just tell me when to come and I'll like get on a flight. If you're like, come tomorrow, I'll be like, all right, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. But truly, we need to set up a time. I would love to come to Toronto. Toronto. I'm sorry. Sometimes, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't explain it. Oronto? Oronto? Okay, I feel like hold on. I've been playing Final Fantasy 16 all day, having fun. Let's go. That sounds so great. Stream is going well so far. Everyone is seeming to have a good time. I think we are. Yeah? I have the supplies to start a personal project and I have not. Oh my god, that's literally me. I need you to know that I've given up on my Viper cosplay. I've come to terms that I no longer wish to craft in that way. Because it stresses me out. And it's a lot of time and effort. And it's not worth my mental health. But I think I'm gonna try and find something that's good and purchase it. After spending all that money and time already trying to make it. No, you can't say the first T. Wait, wait, wait. Oh, the first T. Oh, Toronto. Oh, I said Toronto. I see, I see. Toronto. And parallel hobby. Wait, that's... See, I need that shitnits in my life, honestly. Which is why I really want to, like, co-work. I want to co-work stream so bad, guys. I would thrive so hard, but my stinky job makes me come into the office. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I've thought about it like on weekends or something, but my issue is I want to game and like co-work stream, you know? I want to stream like 5 days a week, but I can't. Wah, wah. I'm currently on a mission to beat all of 16 Final Fantasy games. Let's go. How far along are you on that mission? I'm parallel happy with you, truly. It's so nice to like just have someone like be there. Honestly, like I'm not a huge talker either. Like just be there. I'll just not say anything. We'll be on the call and I'll not say anything for like a month. Some of my favorite memories of having a regular cosplay group where us getting together on Sundays and all crafting the same. Yeah, see, I've never had like a cosplay group like that. It was always just me in my little room a day before con crying. I'm trying to get my costume done. Set aside 30 minutes after work one of these days or on the weekend. Yeah. I gotta figure out what I want to do. Yeah, it does make it easy to stay on task when there's someone else there. Well, Final Fantasy 16 is my first game in the series, so basically not far. Gotcha. Well, that's super exciting that you are going to work through all of them. Does anyone want to do this with me, or am I going to do it alone? Let's see. We got one online. Wait, Kira. Okay, I hold. We can chat for a minute. Just commit. Yeah, that's true, Chaos. Hold on, I can't. You're about to start Final Fantasy 13 soon. Oh, let's go. Just all the Steam sale. Let's go. Or art or music or food or joy. Yeah, truly. I've thought about trying to do like a cooking stream, but the actual thought of setting that up sends me into a spiral. Like the moving of everything and the moving of everything back. I don't know if I can do it. What order should I go in? Should I go backwards or go to the start? Is 16's the newest one? Maybe. I would recommend going to the start. Like that's how I like to play games. It's like start, like the first one on most of the time. The goal is to make art because we ball, truly. Oh, I can go on land? I can't. Okay. I go land. Oh! I go on land. I'm land. You should check your 14 channel. Oh. Wait, are you serious? You were just standing. Hold on. What in the world? I have no idea what that is. Is that... I have no idea what that is. You bought Final Fantasy VII Remakes? Oh my god, look at your little outfit. I love it. Crisis Core and the OG final for $5? Let's go. That's so great. When am I coming down so Beth and I can move it for you, truly? Anytime, Chaos. You're always welcome. Oh, it's the love of my life, Beth. Whoa. Are you a bunny girl now? Oh my god. Let's go! I didn't even notice you were tall. You're tall now. Let's go. Oh. Oh my god. So cute. Hot bun, truly. I feel like 14 should be the last one I play. No, truly. 14 is so big. And this is the first one I'm playing, and it's big, and I love it. And I recommend it, but if you're gonna go through all of them, this should be the last one you play. That's all. I appreciate it. It's so cute. I love it. So pretty. All bunny people, we love it. I love that emote. That little, like, scary emote. I should drive home. Yes, please drive home. Get home safe, Chaos. Miggy, have you played the Final Fantasies? My main is a human lady who loves the company of a bud woman. Truly. Truly. Amen. Amen to that, Chaos. Duty finder. Is it a dungeon? Or... No, it's a dungeon. It's this one. Are you ready? Oh, I did it! I did it! Let's go! I said it! I remembered! Bye! Hope dinner goes well. "10, 12, 13, 15, and 7 remake." Okay. Which one was your favorite, Miggy? Do you guys think they will make a new Final Fantasy Online to replace 14? I don't think so. I think they're just going to continue to add on to 14 and just make it better. It's barely BG while I'm not here, so I keep her in line. Oh, replaced 11? What? I had no idea. I didn't know. I had no idea. Was 11 like is still online? Wait, was 11 basically online as like the same thing basically though? I had no idea. And I got people playing. Ah. Yeah, I had no idea. I really only know anything about 14, guys. And I know very little about 14. Oh, people got sick of playing it because one of the boss fights was too hard. That's totally understandable. My first friends online played 11 online. What? That's so cute. And wouldn't switch to 14 until like 2 years ago. I feel like that would be me. I'd be stubborn like that if I started playing a game and I wouldn't want to like switch. Oh, okay. Oh. I'm sure. Oh god, oh god. I feel like no matter, let me finish my train of thought. Oh my god, I'm in the middle of this boss fight. I'm sure there's always like a community that plays like every game. Oh my gee golly. Hello? Yeah, I need to whoopee. What do I need to do? I'm confused. Oh, okay. Bye, Chaos. Sorry, guys. I will catch up on chat once I am done with this. Crap. Sweet. What is going on? Also, final. It was like a 20 to 40% raid team. Oh no. For 12. Nope. 12 hours is too much. Final Fantasy VII Remake is my fave for story, but gameplay, I do like turn-based. Okay. I feel like you like turn-based games. Like overall, you know what I mean? Despite my big boobs, I'm clearly awkward like Gomora, please. I think there's a couple of turn-based games that I really liked. Oh, wow. Wow, I love Pokemon. That's a hot take. Truly a hot take there, Miggy. Do you not like any Pokemon games? Do you not like watching them? Like what about them do you not like? Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Wait, presents from Santa after saying what you didn't like? Only goal for Miggy! Oh no! Oh no! You like Pokemon, except... Hold on. Let me take care of this guy. Wait, what do I need to do? This. Except I really think there's not much innovation from each game that would make me want to play them. Okay. I get that. I get that. I do think they need to do a better job of upping each game. I feel like oh, what? Oh, okay, I did it right. I feel like they need to do a better job of changing on each game to game now. I know they have a world, and I know that. I just felt like the older games of it were better overall. I'm gonna be real. The last one that I really fell in love with was X and Y. I really loved X and Y. PL Arceus felt like a huge, shot in the arm for the series. It does something similar, yeah. Like, Let's Go Pikachu was cool because it was a remake of Pokemon Yellow, but new ones say... Okay, you say Sword and Shield was pretty good? Yeah, I'd agree. That one was better. I didn't really like the one based in Hawaii. I guess, was that Sword and Shield? Sword and Shield? That's Sun and Moon. Yeah, I didn't really like Sun and Moon very much. I like Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield better. Sword and Shield. Dear Lord. Mean to who? Me? What'd I do? Oh, to Beth. Yeah, don't be mean to Beth. I tried to say bonus coins the other day and kept saying buenos. Buenos. Sometimes words are hard. Actually, not sometimes. A lot of times, words are hard. A lot of time words are hard. Let me tell you, Sun and Moon really wasn't that good. It was very pretty, and I liked the new Pokemon and all that, but I didn't really like the story that much. I didn't think it was all that groundbreaking. I've been paused and recentered myself. It's a again. You know, I do that all the time. I'm laughing because me too. I feel. Oh my boyness. No, you're a hipster. Why's that mean? Hey now, Beth. Me too, though. Me too. Whoopee. Maybe you're a cootie. I'm done. I'm done. A cutie patootie. A hootie? A whatsy? A mutsy? Dear Lord. Words are hard. I remember trying to say a character looks like a Kingdom Hearts Heartless. I typed out that looks like a Heart's heart. Truly. Me. Oh my god, I can't. If I can pin on mobile, I would have pinned Eddie's message. Wait, which one? A hootie? A hooey? Percy! Hello! Manuzzi, Patuzzi, Labuzzi? A hootsie? Is this one the rear? It is. Hoo-hoo! So close. I cannot move. What? I can now. Oh, come on. Oh no. Bye. Hope dinner is good. I'm the dad of Chet. I'm your dad. Woogie woogie woogie. Okay. I got that. Yep. That's okay. I feel like I do something wrong to like, but I can't really say because I don't know. I swear. Barely not us running the same direction. Whew. Oh? Oh. Let's go. Oh, no pants. No pants. No pants. No pants. No pants. Only boots.
Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Oh no.
Terrible, aye. But
Oh, you're totally
their
fine.
misfortune is our fortune.
You never have to say sorry for leaving.
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Oh, me too.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
I find it funny that they didn't make a guide to boss mechanics until this recent patch. Yeah, would you have been nice to know? I know, right? I only know anything is because I have people who play it and they're like, hey, do this. Hey, do this. No, don't do this. Bye, wifey. Hope dinner goes well. Love you. The tank annoyed me. Oh no. What was the tank doing? I'm sorry. I'm so concentrated on trying to be an fine Reaper. I like genuinely like. No talk. AFK without a word. Pulled final boss. Yeah. Functionally, they were very solid tank. Oh, okay, okay. They just did little annoying things. That is annoying, though. It's like, come on. Come on, Megay. Yay! Thank you. I feel like I'm getting decent. Yay. I'd like to see like how many hours I have in this game and then to be like, oh, I actually feel pretty confident in playing like some roles now. And how many hours it took for me to get to this point. A-okay without saying anything is annoying, but otherwise I don't know if, yeah. Yeah, typing on console is probably annoying as heck.
Step back, all of you!
I don't know what's going on.
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
Who? Who do we have in there?
Leave it till you hand her over!
Who's in there?
Bring her out! Bring her out!
You know, this I'd probably know if I read.
What's going on?
Maybe Dad.
Someone let slip about Fedora.
Oh no, I would know.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Hey now. Hey now.
Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down! Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye, and my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer.
Ooh.
How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh?
Ooh.
And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me! brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
Mark, that gnawing pain in your breast. It is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers.
Yeah, we don't like him because he wasn't wearing any pants. Come on. You gotta wear pants to the function.
Your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves.
Gosh,
When they look to
clicking
our
too quick.
example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
My man's be talking. He be talking some real nice words that make a whole lot of sense. Yes, I agree. Man's be talking real good.
I know you're right. I do. But I can't.
Oh no. Oh, he's gonna put the shoulder. Hand on the shoulder maneuver. No. The nod maneuver. Oh, my outfit. Kiss him, kiss him. And the kiss. Oh my god, and the kiss. No talking. We enter the prison.
Well, well, well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
Oh.
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
Sheesh.
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want.
Yeah.
You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Kiss her! Kiss her! No, we don't like. No kiss. No kiss for her. All kiss. Oh my gosh, Eddie.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right. Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with
Oh
all your
no,
questions.
it's gonna show her trauma.
Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Oh. So it started with her parents telling her.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
Tin head lovers.
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Oh my gosh.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Well,
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
you can't blame a child for their parents.
Fadola!
Traitors!
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
Oh my gosh.
We're citizens. We have rights.
I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors!
My thing is, where are they getting all these rocks from? Oh no. Yeah.
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Oh my gosh. I know. Everyone's like, all right, this happens from time to time. Let's just take a tea break while she's going through it. Oh. No, I'm just like standing there, like just like blank face staring at a wall.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier?
Oh.
Gods, what have you done to your face?
Isn't that what her father had?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones.
Oh, trauma.
Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
This is so sad. Completely ignoring your sobbing mother. Low. That's low. That's a low. Yeah. Agreed, Eddie. Definitely not right for it, but I understand why she had to. In, like, her mind. Like, why she felt like she had to in her mind.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
Ooh, wow.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
My guy is poking.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past.
Or did she know? Do they know?
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they?
Kinda. Yeah.
Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led. The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Oh! I think they know you have the echo, and with the things she says, he's saying, oh, she figured it out. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. I don't know, he saw it too.
You. All that power. All that pain.
Well.
It's too much.
Oh, okay,
too much
okay.
for anyone.
That would make sense.
The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
You know why. You saw. You saw. All except Lise and Alfie have the echo here.
Damn you.
Okay.
Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
Time to leave. Honestly, it's cruel that she's like in a jail cell with no lighting or anything. But it's fine. It's fine. Will be. Wait, why can't I go that way? It is really hard to read this map. Bum 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 ba bum bum. I did not mean to literally stand on top of you, my guy. Oh. Amazing. I don't like that it still has this music. Aren't we like in control of it now? So why we got the sad music? The intense music. Okay. Information gathered. Which, why am I doing that when he literally could have walked around and asked them? I'm always doing that stuff. I'm always walking around asking people when he could have done it. For why? For why? What's that mean? For why? I truly thought Lise was gonna take over here, so I'm kind of interested to see who will. And I kind of hope it's still Lise. There we go. My earring is hurting me, guys. Ugh. Okay, that's better, I think. Why it hurts? I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like it hurts. It just hurts to hurt, you know? It's just like, ah ha ha. I'm like, ah. Horting for a shorty. Exactly.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
I have, yes. But anything for you, Nanamo.
The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
Consequences?
speak of Rauban and his future.
What?
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Ul'dah home, it will never be his homeland.
Oh, she wants him to
He is a
rule.
son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side.
Aww.
I will
Loyal.
welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt.
So are we gonna tell him that he needs to go?
Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Ul'dah or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret.
So
Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
wait, so am I gonna now take you on a journey?
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Yes, yes I am.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Oh yay! Going on an adventure with the queen. I thought she was still trying to make it like more of a republic. But I guess she decided to put that aside for now because of everything that was going on. Alright, this way we go. I think I can fly here. Do not quote me on this. I can't, thank the Lord. How do I drop again? I don't know how to get down. I was hitting control. I feel like that was the right one, but okay. The little cactus is always so funny. I should really try and do a different mount. What is... Let's see. I thought it was control, but it's the... And visit the Colosseum. I didn't know they had a Colosseum. Gladiators Guild. What class is this? Will it tell me right here? No, I do not want to join the Gladiators Guild. I almost jumped down. I don't know if it would let me actually. Gladiators become paladins. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I've just never heard of someone be like, oh, I'm a gladiator, you know? Oh. Seeing something. They leave it behind for the paladin life. Gotcha. So kind of like Archer, almost. Me too, Chaos. Me too. I'm glad you made it to your kitchen safely. What is for dinner tonight, Chaos? Is it just gonna be him winning? Linguine a la ragu. Love.
The danger is too great. Please, Your Grace, come back. I beg of you.
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Chef. Rabon!
Your Grace,
Aww.
I've kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah. And so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
Aww.
Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
Cute. That sounds so good, Chaos. I hope it's amazing. I want pudding. I like that we're getting to see more of them as well. I feel like I really haven't seen a lot of these main side characters, in a sense. Pasta roller and the fancy flower, truly. Truly. I would love to. I've been thinking about when you sent me the stuff from the aquarium there. And how they're doing a collab. And I was like, I really want to go. But sadly, I know it's for a very short time. Oh, not here. Wait, no, it is here. Wait, where's Airship Landing? I'm so confused. The gate. You can use it. I am at the Aetheryte. Oh. I always look at the map and never like the little thing over there. Thank you, Eddie. You can crash on my pull-out couch, assuming you can tolerate being snuggled by 2 kitties. Of course I can. Of course. Oh, I gotta go to the gold saucer. There was something, yeah. I just couldn't see in that period of time. I quite literally cannot read. I love this place. I don't want to work in the silver mines. Me neither, kid. That would be amazing. Here, let me go to this Aetheryte. I would love to learn how to make my own dumplings because my significant other's mother always makes really good dumplings. And I would love to make them for myself / maybe give back at some point. You know what I mean? A golden saucer. I have tried dumplings many times and failed. Really? Chaos. What? I think it is possible for me to get good at them, but I need yeah, truly. I've wrapped some before. And then I've been really obsessed with like spring wraps. I literally cannot get over them. I order them everywhere and I need to learn how to work with rice paper better. Because I literally inhale. Fried pork spring rolls with peanuts. I know. Truly, Eddie. Truly. When it has the pork and... When it has the pork and the shrimp and like... Oh my god, I can't. I can't. It's so good. A lot of Asian's cuisine. But outside of curries and stir fries, I struggle to make dishes. That's so fair, though. Because you've never learned... Like, you're self-taught, right? And I feel like a lot of those things you have to like, they're like special techniques and everything. Oh, my significant other makes a killer curry. I know more now of why I've struggled in the past, but new lessons in practice, yeah. I took like a sushi making class and that was so fun. And I was actually really good at it. Not that like, you know, it's just rolling sushi, but I got really good at it very quickly. I know. I get so stressed because it gets so sticky and then I try and like roll it and then it like stretches and then there's holes and I can't. It becomes a lot. But I wanna learn so I can make my own because I need to know. Today, truly, I don't think I've ever made one. But yeah. Okay.
A personal summons from the Scions.
I
This
hate.
must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
All I know is that Snoop Dogg is very good at rolling joints. Yeah. Yeah. I know that fact too. I do not like this man either.
You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
Oh, he's cute
There.
though.
Would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira? Hmm?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
Yeah, let's proceed.
By all means. I must say I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate.
Ew! We hate Teleji, Edgeledi here.
But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both.
Okay.
And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
Was glad when they cut it, truly. Truly. I was thinking, I was like, someone kill him, please. And they did, and I was like, yeah!
To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar. Ha! I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identify the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would.
Okay.
Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gear Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Oh gosh, you asking me? I gotta make big decisions? Oh no. Oh my god, this one.
Yes, if a stable trade route can be established between Uldar and Alamigo, then Alagiri would once more become an important waypoint.
Ooh.
But while such growth would greatly benefit its current residents, I'm afraid it could sustain little beyond that.
I picked the wrong one. Oh no.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltry and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient.
Okay, I picked right.
And in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gill.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenard Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Let's go.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as Your Grace desired.
To his best benefit, truly. If my guy knows one thing, it's how to make money. I feel like she didn't need to strike a deal with him. Because he already gave her all the money. She just needed to put it into order. But I guess she wanted his opinion. Because he is the richest man and knows how to work that type of thing. It feels like asking Elon. Yeah, truly. I'm gonna TP to this one and then make my way from that one because I feel like that's gonna be a shorter distance. Well, luckily her question was basically what's going to be the thing that's going to make the most profit, which I guess that is a good question to ask this guy. But I don't know. Did she put him in charge? I think she's still kind of in charge of the whole thing. Oh my god. Amazing. Come on, what? Do I just have to go to the other side of this, basically? Yeah. Whiskar. So just running for Yabbies, you may move the camera as well, zoom in, zoom out, inspect the target. I do like that they added this, discover their weak point. Their jaw. Good on me. I was just clicking, but I guess that worked. Yabby. I wonder who came up with that name. Okay. I wonder the amount of creatures they have in this game. Like, what is the total amount in the end? Because I feel like I see a new one, like, every day, pretty much. Yeah, the eye would make sense for that being the weak point in this guy. Now we got to maybe find the weak point of one more creature? So basically what we're doing now is figuring out the weak points of these creatures so then we can build up this area. We'll get rid of the creatures and then build up this area. Is what I'm gathering from it. It would help if I read, but oh well. Probably not gonna happen. All right. TP. Okay, this way. So then who is going to be in charge? Oh, he's going to stay and be in charge. That's what it is.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far.
That's good.
But it is no concern of yours.
Okay.
We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light.
Okay.
I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal. Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Death. Yeah. Yeah.
Hear, hear. There is no more fitting sentence for the perpetrators of such a massacre, and that is but one of their crimes. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard.
I say that, but we're
Well,
keeping the other girl
that
alive.
concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
I wonder when he left the city to go to Udal.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilbert's
Truly,
atrocities.
he is so good.
Had I openly supported the cause of Alamegan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't. But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
I wonder if that's what he really wants. Like, what does he want?
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword. But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Aww.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Oh.
Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
If you were a Final Fantasy XIV character in real life, what would you be? A Viera? I would be a Viera. I would definitely be a bunny girl. It'd be a bunny girl or cat girl. I'd be one of them. I feel like those fit my personality the best. What would you be, Chaos? I'd want to be shorter, but I think I would be a Viera. Have the longest lifespan? Let's go. Good picks. Ah, sorry. Good picks, Chaos. You honestly really can't go wrong. All right. If only I could fly. I really need to work on getting all the things together so I can fly in these areas. But I can work on that off a stream because I need to go up. Amazing. Oh my god, don't look at me. Okay. Please leave me alone. Miss Salt Queen. Oh, we're talking to them. They did not like us. I really don't think that's gonna go well. We have faith in everyone. I was surprised how the rabbit race can live up to 300 years. That's insane. I didn't know it was that long. Do you know the lifespans of like all of them? That's actually bonkers. 300 years. And they're just like, hey, chilling. Excuse me. The gang's back together, y'all. The gang's all here. Alright, this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance.
I feel like
Among
Lise should
you are
be in
village
charge.
elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in?
Huh?
For me, it was that empty throne.
The Sultana should be in charge.
It has no
No,
one to
Lise
sit
needs
on
to
it
be
now.
in charge.
No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place?
Oh, she just handed it out.
Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Oh, she's proposing a republic, basically, right? She said, let's just talk. Let's just talk this out.
Expertly done. Lise has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
All right, Alfie.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenfrid. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kaliana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
I'm for the republic. For democracy. Oh.
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith.
I don't feel like that's gonna go over well.
You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi! Lady of Bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
Oh my gosh. Elzian averaged 20 more years than human. The rest are close to humans. Habits lead them to passing earlier. Interesting.
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
I had no
We can worry
idea.
about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Okay. Again. Why don't we just... Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. My guy makes moves. My guy... He literally is the only one who's like, let me take out the problem at its source. Thank you. Oh,
God damn it! The guards were already turned. Fools!
see, making moves. Not afraid to jump into the action.
No, you don't!
The Kaliana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvald to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
Think.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
He said, what do you mean you're leaving?
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
All right, man with moves. Be warned that allowing an ally to be enthralled by an ether spear will result in failure. Okay, hold on. Let me read that again. Use the duty action deflect to dissipate the ether spears. Releases during the battle. Be warned that allowing the ally to... Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. I feel like oh, I see what I have to do. I see what must be done. Oh my gee golly. my god. Holy shit, talking mushrooms.
I shall free you from your hate.
That was so close. Oh, okay. Bro! Okay. I thought he went to the furthest one. And he did not.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
No, we're better than this. Don't curse us like that. Okay. Redemption arc?
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
All right. You're working from home tomorrow? Let's go. I say if it's comfortable, go for it. Oh my god, Kate, hello, welcome in. I know. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, if you guys want to back up, that'd be great. Would be amazing. Oh, that's on my team. It's fine. Everything's fine. Since Kate's here. What? Oh. I shall see our guests to safety. Please. Guess I gotta set my alarm early. Dang. We just had to twist your arm over that, didn't we? Holy. What? No. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is not cool. I need to get this one, I need to get this one. Okay, cool. Time to keyboard smash, truly. Oh, I forgot you can keyboard smash. Golly. I just clicked. It's okay, because we're cool. Thank you. Mother of God, my guy. Oh, that's fine. Almost halfway there. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Oh, thank God. I can just keep going. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Holy crap, again? Oh, it's like she's just like spamming this pretty much. It's like she's self-destructing almost. Dear Lord. Thank you. Thank you. All done. Thank goodness. Let's go.
We did it! We beat her!
He is on the ground heaving and I'm just standing there. Just fine. Oh. Oh, oh no. Another flashback. She's just gonna... Yep.
What is this?
I'm only gonna say this once.
Oh.
The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the Echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't.
Wait. Is she gonna be in charge?
I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
I mean, in her defense, she was always fighting for Alamigo, just in a very twisted way, you know? In a way that was frowned upon. Excuse me.
Seven hells. It's her. The Butcher.
Okay. Oh no. Me too, though. I feel that. Oh, well, resting beauty face. Truly, she does. I meant like the other definition of RBF.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
Oh, she said, back I go.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive.
Oh my gosh.
But I will thank you. For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
But resting nice, Chaos, please. I mean, I get it, but also, like, I don't know, as an older person who saw all this go down, I feel like they have to understand that these kids were grew up being taught a certain thing. You know what I mean? Because in her eyes, what she was doing was the correct thing and getting revenge for her father because they were mistreated by people because of her parents' actions. And as a kid, you don't really know any better. You just kind of see and hear like what your parents, you know?
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens.
Yeah, this place is pretty great.
The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government modelled on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Let's go! Ishgard! Ishgard for the win.
It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Gilgamesh stars one last time.
Hello!
Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. She's so pretty. Truly. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm but a weary traveler upon these accursed lands. I'm a treacherous quest to keep people hydrated or live in these trying times. we appreciate you going to all of these different lands and making sure people are hydrated. I get that forgiveness is a hard act, but you do not have to, truly. But if you can find the strength to do so, then truly forgive someone. Yeah, there's
Something.
Personally, there's some people that I will never forgive either. But I can recognize why things happened. I think in that situation, I don't know if I would forgive either, but I would definitely be able to recognize that it was more like upbringing and stuff like that.
Raubon Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
Oh my gosh.
But, Your Grace.
Raubon, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
I thought
You
that wasn't gonna
desire
happen.
To stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
My guy, it's nothing to do with you.
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
Don't make Nanamo cry.
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Oh, Nanamo is the best.
Nanamo.
Smile for me, Raubon. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
They act like they're never gonna see each other again. My guy could just hop right back to Udala.
It has been an honor to serve you and Uldar.
Udal, sorry.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
Okay, well, I don't know what I expected to happen, but I didn't think that. But I kind of did, but I also didn't, you know?
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you
Lakshmi.
hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow.
You still did amazing, my guy. You helped me.
No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
He was.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Yeah, get him.
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubarn. He has an important announcement to make.
I wanna sneezed almost twice now. Ugh. Truly. He deserves his second arm back.
As of yesterday,
Sorry.
I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Okay.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Me and him are on the same page.
Yes, the Bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor. And you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
Oh. Oh.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to
Truly.
aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
Call a white mage.
If he says.
He needs some healing.
Welcome home, Raubarn.
Some for that burn, truly. Nice.
Well,
Nice.
That was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
I was there. I'm always there. I'm always watching, of course. Alfie.
Either you are more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
The random bird noise in the background. So funny. Truly, he does deserve a nap. I think we all deserve a nap. Upon completion of this quest, you will be able to access the palace's rooftop gardens. Let's go! Gardens, gardens. Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. The gardens are so pretty. I would go up there just to like hang out. I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. But there their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. A woe betide the poor man in a city of rich merchants. He says that like as if a lot of people will not recognize him. These dango are delicious. Will you have one? More sweetbreads? I surrender my blade to secure what few coins we have. Oh no. Yotsuyu? Yeah, Yotsuyu? She truly is. I hope she turns a leaf and becomes at least neutral. Just like talking to a child. Why fate saddled me with this burden, I shall never know, but I'm alive and I must return to my master's side. Oh, he gave her a nickname! That's so cute! We shall find a ship and carry us across the Ruby Sea. You're gonna pass me tonight? Oh my gosh. I do really fly through the main story. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace... Oh no. I don't want these guys in my story anymore. Have you read the reports? First Doma, now Alamigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. I do not believe everything you read. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the victory was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chest, and I boast loudly of taking his head regardless. Nay, Lord Xenos lives. Does he live? Does he truly live? Because there's absolutely no way. Deplorable that our own officers should be fooled by the Eorzean misinformation. Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official and, above all, accurate announcement to quell the rumors. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains then. We shall soon put the lie to their claims. I feel like he's dead. There's no way he's alive. There's no way. I don't know. That was a very angry, like... That's like that meme from Hey Arnold. Is it Hey Arnold? I think so. Let's go! Back to Doma. Back to Doma. I love Doma, guys. Doma is quite literally the best. Plus, it's got my husband there, so how can I not love it?
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
Of course. Agreed.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Soroban are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies.
Did they figure out my guy's alive?
Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual.
Oh, let's go. So they do know.
The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
Let's go.
I beg your pardon?
Alfie, you're so dramatic.
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
That does thicken the plot, my guy.
He's alive.
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Yeah.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Kind of crazy
Indeed.
that he did survive.
While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
All right, let's go find them.
Thank you. If Gorsetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire.
Thank you, Alfie, for reiterating what we already know.
Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not, but I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garleans' movements, and more besides.
Oh, I didn't like that. No, sir. Don't smile at me. Keep a straight face. I don't need no smiles. Alright, so I gotta go up here. Oh, no, not up here. Up this way. This place is kind of like a maze. I feel Odal is still what is this? Greeting? I learned greeting, guys. Just a little wave. Amazing. Show stopping. Go this way. So we are searching for a specific person. Is this the guy? The pleasant one? I really hope it's the pleasant pawnbroker. 3 times the charm, right? 3 times the charm. Oh, that's cute. Just friends conversing. All right. Ume. So yeah, we caught word of where he is pretty much. And so off we go to Doma. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go. Let's just do it. Let's get it over with.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
Oh. That's not good. Did the volcano erupt?
Travelers, you may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy.
What?
We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
No, we have to help the Confederation. What do you mean? Oh, gosh.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy. But with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless...
Unless Yotsuyu is on that island.
We gotta go.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they...
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
While you remain with Soroban, arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
All right, Alfie.
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
She's stronger than Alfie.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the...
It shall be done.
Dinner good, let's go. I'm glad dinner good.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured
Kick
I've been
Alfie's
practicing.
butt. Truly. Oh my god. My embarrassment for him. I'm embarrassed for him.
An opening. Your defense is lacking. Leave this to me.
All right. Can I freaking... I don't want any of my guys to die. You the best. Is that what he just said? You the best. Oh, they are here. Let's go.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
I have a feeling she has like some type of like memory loss.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gozetsu.
Him popping out his little
Took too
thing.
long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces.
It's so intimidating. That's so funny. Oh no, I got caught up. Okay, let's get rid of this thing because this is annoying. Okay. Now we just gotta get rid of these guys and hopefully this is it. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I didn't make it. It's fine. Mine, so no, man. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Of course I did. Oh, I just barely didn't make it, man.
The art of my forebears.
Oh my golly. Oh, I might have gotten hit by that one. Come on, guys. You guys can take out the other one. Oh, whew. Thank goodness. They just kept going.
Gosetsu,
thank
the
you.
heavens.
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Okay.
Friends.
She's like, why did they all look like they want to hurt me then?
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Truly.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time?
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Okay.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
Hi, bud.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
This seems like a theme, you know?
You have my word.
This seems like the theme for now.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
Oh, get over yourself. I helped for you. The Confederacy. So full of themselves. Oh, and Alize is gonna show up and be like, what? What's going on? Yeah, if she was really faking, she definitely would have dipped by now. Like, in the other town, she would have dipped instead of following him around. Just crazy. Is this her redemption arc too? I love how the villainesses are getting redemption arcs, but like the villain men are just getting killed. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Mayhap. Oh, I feel like I just went further away. Because I feel like that, yeah, I feel like that, It's fine. We were gonna end stream anyways, so we're gonna end stuff there. I honestly thought I was gonna go for a shorter stream today, but here we are. Thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And I didn't say this beginning of stream, but thank you guys for all your support over the fun little subathon I did this past month. I really appreciate it. Let's find a wonderful, wonderful friend to raid into. You gotta stream longer when the plot is this good. The bunny looks good and the hair is rocking. I know. I still haven't eaten dinner though, so I have to go cook my dinner and eat. It's like a give and take, right? It's like I either eat dinner beforehand and all that, or I eat it after. And I don't know. But there's a VOD of me eating the jalapeno. I have not eaten the multiple jalapenos, and I was hoping you guys would forget about that. But I don't have any right now, so we'll see. But I thank you guys so much. Why don't we raid into our lovely friends, Cav? Oh God. Great, amazing. I typed it correctly the first time. Here are my raid messages, and here are my socials. I post when I'm gonna go live on pretty much all of my socials. I have my VODs for this go live on YouTube every Friday. We only have 2 more until we are done with Stormblood, and then we'll go start into post Stormblood. Yeah. And I will see you guys this Wednesday at 5:30, and we will be playing more post Stormblood. I wonder how far we are in it. Oh, also a fun little thing. I'm just seeing we officially made it over 500 followers, so that's fun and dandy and amazing. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Kate, thank you for being here. Chaos, thank you for being here. Beth, thank you for being here. Anyone else who's still here lurking, I appreciate you guys so much, and let's send all of our love to Cav. All right, bye guys.